Australian Open. Aryna Sabalenka through to fourth consecutive Melbourne final against Elena Rybakina. Aryna Sabalenka will take on Elena Rybakina in a battle of the big hitters after both players eased into Saturday's women's singles final. Aryna Sabalenka reached her fourth consecutive Australian Open final, where she will play Elena Rybakina in a battle of the big hitters. The world number one won back-to-back titles in 2023 and 2024 before losing a thriller to Madison Keys last year, and she continued her excellent form in Melbourne with a 6-2, 6-3 victory against Svitolina. Rybakina made it through to a rematch with Sabalenka, despite a second-set wobble, to defeat American Jessica Pegula 6-3, 7-6, 9-7. If the final is anything like their trophy decider in 2023, then ticket holders on Saturday are in for a treat, with Sabalenka fighting back from a set down on that occasion to win her first title in Melbourne. The Ukrainian was playing in her maiden semi-final here at the age of 31, and she will return to the top 10 next week for the first time since before the birth of daughter Sky in 2022. But she was overpowered by Sabalenka. Sponsored Link's husband sees something strange in picture of wife, tips and tricks. Confirmed. This is the deadliest snake in the world. Cleverest. Story. Husband divorces wife after giving birth to triplets. 10 years later, he discovers her secret and does this. Cleverest. 96-year-old woman sells house, but buyers can't believe their eyes. Tips and tricks. Hell's Angels girlfriends have to do this every time men return from a long ride. https://www.sportlit.com. Young woman lives in a cave. Take a look. Inside, tips and tricks. Wife keeps locking herself in bathroom with dog until husband notices mark on leg. Article skill. Dog licks aren't kisses. Here's what your dog really means when it licks you. Daily Sport X. Young woman makes hand signals on A-plane. Watch how flight attendant responds. Tips and tricks. The sleep apnea trick doctor never mentioned. But patients love it. Sleep experts. Sabalenka is yet to drop a set, and she said, "I cannot believe that. That's an incredible achievement, but the job is not done yet. She's such a tough opponent. Just super happy to be through this tough match. I played great tennis." A head-to-head record of 5-1 in Sabalenka's favor, with Svitolina's only win coming nearly 6 years ago, told its own story, and the win count was 29-12 in the top seed's favor. Svitolina, who was supported from courtside by husband Gelmon Fees, could probably have done without the hindrance that umpire Louise Azamai Engel called against Sabalenka at the start of the fourth game. Engel ruled that Sabalenka, who is known for her loud grunting, had called out after she had hit the ball, giving the point to Svitolina. Sabalenka called for a video review, but the original decision stood and, fueled by apparent rage, the four-time Grand Slam singles champion promptly broke serve. "That's actually never happened to me," said Sabalenka. "Especially with my grunting. It's so off, I think. I was exhaling and it just happened naturally. Then she called it, and I was like, what? What is wrong with you?" She really get me off, and it actually helped me and benefited my game. I was more aggressive. So, if she ever wants to do it again, I want to make sure that she's not afraid of it. Go ahead. Call it. It's going to help me. Her booming baseline game was landing more than missing, and one of her very best zingers, a backhand fizz crosscourt, gave her a 19th winner and the first set. Sabalenka's only slight wobble came at the start of the second set when Svitolina won 2 games in a row. But the 27-year-old responded with 5 in a row and cemented her dominance of the women's game by reaching an 8th Grand Slam final overall and 5th in the last 6 tournaments, continuing the stance of Ukrainian players since the invasion of their country 4 years ago not to shake hands with Russian or Belarusian players. Svitolina did not acknowledge Sabalenka at the end of the match, quickly walking off court after a final winner had flown past her. Russia's Mira Andreeva had been booed after losing to Svitolina earlier in the tournament, with the crowd interpreting the lack of the traditional gesture as a snub from her, but here fans were told ahead of the contest how it would conclude. "It's their decision, and I respect that," said Sabalenka. "I think she knows that I respect her as a player. I know that she respects me as a player. That's all I care about." Sabalenka became the third woman in the professional era to reach the Australian Open final 4 times in a row, following Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley, 1971-76, and Martina Hingis, 1997-2002. who each played 6 finals in a row. While disappointed with the result, Svitolina said, "I have this amazing opportunity to play on center court here, represent my country, to do it in a decent way, and to use my words and just be there for my people. When I wake up in the morning, I see, of course, terrifying news, but then I see people watching my matches. They write comments, and I think it's like a big exchange of positive emotions. People really are living a horrible and terrifying life in Ukraine, so I should not be allowed to really be sad, because I'm a very, very lucky person." Rybakina had not reached a Grand Slam final since her run here 3 years ago, with the Kazakh having to deal with the fallout from the ban issued to her coach, Stefano Vukov, last year for his conduct towards her. Vukov denied any wrongdoing and was supported by Rybakina, with the suspension subsequently lifted on appeal. 5th seed Rybakina made a blazing start on Rod Lava Arena as the 26-year-old dictated terms with her trademark heavy hitting to pile the pressure on American Pegula, who looked out of sorts under the lights. 6th-seeded Pegula settled the nerves and stayed in touch at 4-2 down after saving breakpoints, but Rybakina dialed up the intensity again and took the opening set with a cross-court winner to put one foot in the final. Having finished her 2025 campaign by toppling Sabalenka in the season-ending WTA Finals to lift the trophy, Rybakina looked in a hurry to book her 15th clash with the Belarusian as she broke Pegula for a 2-1 lead in the second set. The clean forehand winner that put Rybakina ahead drew a frustrated response from Pegula, who composed herself to break back and later saved 3 match points to draw level at 5-5. Rybakina responded immediately, assisted by the net cord, but a determined Pegula did #not give in and forced a tiebreak where she squandered 2 set points before finally fading away. "I had an epic tiebreak here a couple of years ago and lost it. It was the longest one played in the women's game. 22-20 tiebreak loss as part of defeat versus Aryna Sabalenka in 2024, and a little flashback came. But I'm super happy in the end it turned my way," said Rybakina.